I know what you all are thinking. That's a dope-ass clock in the background, and you are correct. I decided to drive to a random house and have this video for you guys. I have a new backdrop. That is not true, guys. I do not break and enter. I am on 1 hour sleep. I'm going to warn all you guys, so I'm a little slap happy. Still going to try to bring you an A+ performance, though. Had some unfortunate things happen, so I am not in Kansas City right now, but I am here to deliver this video to you because it's a big week. It is playoff week. Oh, my goodness. First, I have to have a couple housekeeping things. I talked about this a little bit last week, but the trades now have to be with non-playoff team and non-playoff team and playoff team and playoff team. Those are the only trades that I will send through right now. And then after the playoffs, if you guys want to make trades for keepers, more than welcome to do that. But got to wait for the playoffs to be done for non-playoff teams to trade with playoff teams. Also, you guys might have noticed this is the first year I've done this because I'm feeling like I'm getting better with knowing how the league works and how things are going with standings and things like that. You're going to play somebody this week. In the past, usually only the 4, 5, and 3, 6 played in week 12. But now I have everybody playing, and I have you playing somebody that shouldn't affect the standings. So I hate that people have to go on a bye and not play anybody. So I decided that this was best for everybody. So that is an opponent that you're playing this week. It will count for your standings, but your place right now will be how things go in the playoffs. So let's get rolling. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. I stumbled over my words a little bit, but you guys all know what I mean. You guys know me really well. But let's get going. We're going to do the power rankings, and I'm going to focus on the two playoff matchups and get rolling on those. So coming in another week at number 12 at 2-9 is the Mexi Narcos. Enrico had a chance to knock off Goff, Hawk, and Lockett, which now Goff, Hawk, and Lockett doesn't have Hawk or Lockett. So I think a name change is in the works for young Adam, and Goff sucks a major nutsack in a negative way. So I think that name change will definitely come for young Adam. He already promised me that was going to happen. But Mexi Narcos, he did go down. Drew Brees was really, really good for him, though. The Saints offense is starting to look good again. And then Stephon Diggs, he had a really, I was actually watching a game, and they flipped over to the Vikings game, and right when that happened, Diggs had a long touchdown. If any of you guys are watching in Kansas City, I'm sure you saw the exact same thing because we all see the same channel. But that was a big catch by Diggs. He's just starting to do his thing again with Thielen being out. We'll see how things work if Thielen does come back after the bye, but good week for Diggs. Moving on to number 11, Scam Squad, 4-7 on the season. Dropped their second in a row, but Devontae Parker, where the hell did he come from? First off, he's on the Dolphins, I think. That's how much I know about the Dolphins because I'm pretty sure he's still on the Dolphins. The Dolphins are not good, but they won a couple games. Devontae Parker looked really good. And then Jimmy G, best-looking guy in football, best jawline in football. He dates porn stars. Dude's got it all working on. He's also got a heck of an arm. He had a fantastic week this week, and Jimmy G is leading a potent 49ers offense. And with that defense, the 49ers are dangerous. Moving on, number 10, staying consistent at number 10 for another week. Hopkins lymphoma. They are looking pretty good. They have Shark Jr., as he had a pretty good week for Jacksonville, although Hopkins lymphoma did lose. Still a good week for him. And then Ross Dwelly. I want to talk about him. Matthew Berry actually said that he was a super sleeper with George Kittle being out. He had 2 tutties, so he looked really good for the Niners. We'll see what happens if Kittle plays this week. Dwelly could have some more value moving forward for Galley. Moving on to number 9, the No Luck Ponies, staying consistent at number 9. Good season overall for young Nacy, 5-6 on the year. Sam Darnold, what a pluck that was. He just snagged his bitch ass up out of free agency, waiver wire, and he had a really good week for him. Really productive, plus 30 points. And then Tyree Cohen, Nathan and I were actually watching this game together, playing some pool. He was probably whooping my ass, although I occasionally get a nice win in whenever we're playing pool, which is a direct correlation to that clock back there. But yeah, Cohen, second week in a row, he scored a touchdown. He's starting to get more involved in the offense. Matt Nagy kind of sees him as a Tyreek Hill kind of figure. Obviously, as all of us know in Kansas City, Tyreek Hill is much better than Tariq Cohen. But Cohen is very fast, and he does have that game-breaking speed and is very versatile as well on offense. So I know Matt Nagy loves that over there in Chicago. Moving on to number 8, dropping down from the 6th spot is Jay Money. He had a loss to young Utah. He dropped down a couple spots, but he has a new guy on his team. As you guys probably are well aware, Travis Kelce is now a part of the franchise of Jay Money, and I'm excited for him. You know, he made some big moves to get his guys in Hill and Kelce, and he's got them now. He got those Kansas City guys moving forward. And speaking of Kansas City, the defense. How about that, boys? This Kansas City defense can play ball a little bit. A big week for Jay Money and that defense. Number 7, he did make the playoffs, but Goff, Haken Lockett, 7-4 on the season. Marlon Mack, I want to touch on him a little bit because Marlon is out for a while with his broken hands. And then Mark Ingram, the Raven running back. That Ravens offense is absolutely on fire, and Ingram looks really good for the Ravens. Moving on, at number 6, jumping up one spot, is Gase Ventura, Jet Detective. 5-6 on the year. I did actually tell Utah that he would probably be in my top 6. I did think he was one of the most 6 impressive teams. Unfortunately, his team got hot a little late, so he did miss the playoffs. But I mean, really good season once again for Utah. You know, he's always really going to put together a great squad, and he is going to, I'm sure, continue to win some ball games here to finish out the year. Dak Prescott was absolutely unreal for the Cowboys. And if we're talking about Prescott, we got to talk about Michael Gallup. How good was Michael Gallup? Holy tits, man. This guy is really becoming a really good receiver. He's technically the 2 in the offense for the Cowboys because of Amari, but he is playing like a 1 in every facet of the world. So I love the Prescott and Gallup combination. And if they hook up, that means that Zeke doesn't get the ball. And you guys know how I feel about Zeke. So I like Dak and I like Gallup. So I'm cool with them getting points. Moving on to number 5, dropping down from the 3 spot is SEC Network. A little bit of congratulations to Troy, first year in the league and making the playoffs in year number 1. Always an impressive feat. And also keeping mostly SEC states on the team. So giving on that legacy and doing a great job. Believe that, if I'm not mistaken, I think SEC Network has made the playoffs in every year that they've been in existence. I probably shouldn't have brought that up without doing a fact check, but I'm pretty sure that is the case, and Torrey continuing that tradition on. And Calvin Ridley was a big part of that. Ridley was fantastic, over 100 yards, had that long tutty, looks really good for the Falcons. I actually have Ridley in a couple leagues, so I hope that he continues on the pace that he's currently at, because I have one league, and Utah knows about this. My wide receiver crew fucking sucks, and Ridley has really been helping me out to kind of bridge that gap and hopefully not have to make a move because my wide receiver stays strong enough to keep things going. And then another SEC connection, Mecole Hardman. He had a decent week. As you know, he's a returner as well. He's in the passing game a little bit. But the reason I want to put him in here is because I read something today that said the Chiefs are very interested in getting him a lot more involved after the bye week. So that could be really dangerous for SEC Network moving forward. If they're able to get past the playing game and get into the Final Four and the semis, that could be a really big part of what Torrey's looking to do to make a run. And the team that Torrey lost to is in the 4 spot, off in the woods. Jordan had won his 3rd in a row, 7-4 on the season. He did luck up a bye. That's huge for him. As you guys know, he's a Mahomes guy. Everybody's trying to pluck Mahomes off of him, but I mean, we all know Mahomes is the guy. And he's such a. I know you guys probably have seen it because we're all big Kansas City fans, as I'm wearing this Kansas City shirt. But Mahomes had a fantastic interview today. How lucky are we to have Mahomes? Anybody that trashes Mahomes and says that like he wasn't on like 100% of his A game or whatever, they can just fuck off, because Mahomes is. We're just so lucky to have him. Like I'll throw in $100 right now and start chiseling his statue, man. Like he's so much fun to watch. He's great for the community. I just love everything about him. And he was part of leading off in the woods to the bye as the number 2 seed. Cleveland's defense was the beginning of that though, because they dropped a 40 piece on Thursday Night Football. And then Noah Fant, he's become irrelevant. Him and Hawkinson, teammates at Iowa, and they've been pretty good in their rookie season. Usually tight ends don't really flourish until their second year, but Fant and Hawkinson are both doing really, really, really well as their 2 first-round picks and tight ends for their respective teams. Moving on to number 3, Run CMC, moving up from the 4 spot to the 3 spot. An absolute heartbreaker for me, as Brett did beat me by 4.5 points, if I'm not mistaken. If I would have started Kyle Rudolph's bitch ass and not changed it to Darren Fells on Saturday, I would have won. But you can't live in the past, you know. What happens, and we just got to be looking forward to the future. But a big win for Brett, nevertheless, as he did lock up the 4 seed, as he's going to be playing the next person on this list that I'll mention. Marvin Jones is really good for Brett, and then Zach Ertz, a 90-yard game for him. Really excited that he's getting back to his tight end one ways, because Ertz is just so talented. Even though he's the second best athlete in his family, he is a fantastic player for the Eagles, and I'm glad to see he's doing well again. Unless Brett and I play in the semis, then I need Ertz to take a couple weeks off. But then his teammate, just like I mentioned, insert team name here, defending champ Hunt is in the 2 spot for another week, 6-5 on the year. Been a little unlucky, as you guys know. He's played a lot of tough opponents this year, but he's made his way into the playoffs, and all you got to do is make the dance. After that, anything can happen. I want to highlight Mark Andrews a little bit. He got a touchdown, but he's been unbelievable this year. What a pickup. Hunter actually told me about Mark Andrews. I got to be honest, because I got Mark Andrews in almost every league except for this one, because I told him I wouldn't steal him from Hunter, because Hunter actually told me and gave me the scoop on Andrews. We were at pickleball one night, and he was spot on about that one. And then Dalvin Cook's been incredible for him all season. He has a great running back crew with Cook and Barkley, but Cook does have a bye this week, so that's going to be tough for him in the play-in game. And then I did lose, but 9-2 on the season. One of my better regular seasons I've had. I'm staying at the one spot. Austin Eckler had a really good game. I would need a little bit more for him to squeeze by, but I should have started Rudolph, so he shouldn't need to do what he did anyway. And then Darius Geis. Want to concentrate on him a little bit. He's LSU boy. Go Tigers. Just like Ed Orgeron likes to say, even if you can understand him at all, because I don't even know if he can understand himself. But he has a lot of passion, and we love that in Tiger Nation. Yeah, Geis was awesome. He had that receiving touchdown. I should have played daily fantasy because he was really, really cheap this week, and I thought he was going to have a big week. But that's the top 12. Probably the last power rankings of the year, guys, because I might do it in the future, but I might concentrate on the playoff matchups. So give me your feedback on that. What you guys think? If you guys want the power rankings to continue during the playoffs, I'd be more than happy to do that. But I can also concentrate on the playoff matchups because it is playoff time. But once again, can't guard Mike or OBJ at 1. Insert team name here at 2. Run CMC at 3. Off in the Woods at 4. SEC Network at 5. Gase Ventura Jet Detective at 6. Goff, Hawk, and Lockett at 7. J Money at 8. No Luck Punnies at 9. Hopkins Lymphoma at 10. Scam Squad at 11. And Mexi Narcos at 12. Matchup of the week, there's 2 unbelievable matchups. I'll start with the one that's not the matchup of the week. SEC Network against Goff, Hawk, and Lockett, the 6-3 matchup. And we will have Adam will have a 5-point bonus from him being the better seed. And then enter team name here against Run CMC. Run CMC is the 4 seed, so they will have 5 bonus points. And this is the rematch of the championship last year in the very first round of playoffs. How fucking cool is that? Really excited. This is going to be a great playoff season. You guys are all great. Love each and every one of you guys. And that's it. I'll talk to you all next week. And best of luck to everybody participating in the playoffs. And have a good weekend. This is the commish signing off.